There's a Star Wars image that's gone a bit viral this week that I think has a lot of people confused, asking questions as to why this exists. Who is the new Inquisitor, and why is he in Ahsoka? Well, today we're going to try find out. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. So this Inquisitor was actually shown in the first trailer that appeared for Ahsoka, but he wasn't really talked about all that much. It's only until Empire magazine posted this image and this article asking who is this mysterious Inquisitor did people start actually asking a lot more questions. Why is there Inquisitor still around in the Ahsoka era after Return of the Jedi? Didn't all the Inquisitors kind of get washed up during the Empire's time during the post-Order 66 era? And especially after Vader was killed, seeing as though Vader is the one who put them together. He's the one who organizes them. So over the past few days, people have been speculating who this actually is, and there's quite a few candidates. Some of them are quite plausible, others completely ridiculous. Let's start from the beginning. The most interesting theory I've seen out there for who this Inquisitor could be is Ezra Bridger. We don't know of his whereabouts following the events of Star Wars Rebels. He disappeared into the unknown with Grand Admiral Thrawn. We know Thrawn is back. Thrawn is coming back. He's clearly been putting together his empire and is the heir to the empire. He's been doing stuff in the shadows behind the scenes, and even though we don't really know the details on that just yet, we do know that Ezra has been out there somewhere as well. Was he twisted to the dark side? If this is indeed Ezra Bridger, how did he get this armor? How did he get this lightsaber? Remember, this is in the post-Return of the Jedi era. There are no more Inquisitors, right? There's no more Empire. We know Ezra left his own lightsaber with Sabine, so it's not like he could have bled the Kyber crystal red, but perhaps he found this armor somewhere and modified it to his own fit, because a lot of people have also speculated that this is the 8th brother. As you can see, the helmet looks quite the same. Obviously, this is an Inquisitor lightsaber. There's no doubting that. So has Ezra gone and found the remains of the 8th brother and converted this armor for his own use? Is he posing as an Inquisitor? We see a scene of Ahsoka fighting with the Inquisitor in the first trailer we got, but Ahsoka could have been the one to instigate this fight. Perhaps Ezra is working undercover. I am the spy! Wearing this armor and using this lightsaber to try and infiltrate what is left of the Empire. But it's actually been confirmed that the 8th brother died in Twilight of the Apprentice. You might remember the scene. The 8th brother tries to get away using his helicopter spinning lightsaber, and it malfunctions and he falls to his death. It's been confirmed that this is indeed where he died. But the 8th brother is also not human and has a different amount of fingers to the character in this image. The 8th brother is a Torellian Django jumper, which I did not even know was a species. This species first appeared specifically in the Clone Wars. This species actually possesses a different amount of fingers to humans. Only 3, I'm pretty sure. 3 like this, and then a thumb. Whereas if you look closely at the Inquisitor image, it's clearly a human hand. This could be a live action retcon though. If this is indeed the 8th brother for whatever reason, then perhaps it was just easier to make them look more humanoid for live action. But I think it's likely someone else altogether. Also, just to pause for a second, you might be wondering, what are the chances this Inquisitor is even someone we already know? What if it's an entirely new character altogether, which is entirely possible? It's more just the fact that Empire have done this official article on this character saying who is this mysterious Inquisitor, implying almost that it's someone we probably already know. I have my own theories as to who it is. Please wait till the end for that. So the other big name as to who this might be that's getting thrown around at the moment is Barisoffi. We still don't know what happened to Barisoffi after she betrayed the Jedi, showed that she had indeed turned to the dark side, and then was taken away and likely imprisoned. That said, she could have escaped during Order 66. So much has happened between these 2 points in the timeline, and we also know that Dave Filoni, I don't think, is done with this character. He said he has future plans for her. Did you know that Barisoffi was actually supposed to die in the episode of the Clone Wars, The Wrong Jedi? This is the episode where she's arrested, where she confesses her crimes, where she shows everyone she's turned to the dark side. But Dave Filoni decided to cut the scene of her death because he said he had plans for this character. I'm not sure if that extends to something in the Ahsoka series, if we're going to see her pop up in this, or if that'll be something altogether separate. Hopefully we see what happens to her at some point though. And you might not have also known there's actually a deleted scene where Barisoffi is killed in Revenge of the Sith. In this non-canon version, she is indeed still a Jedi and suffers quite a horrific death at the hands of the clone troopers, who even step on her with their ATT after shooting her brutally from behind. So you might be thinking, okay, this Inquisitor could definitely be Barisoffi, but there is some evidence as to why it's not her. If you listen closely in the scene of the Inquisitor we got in the first Ahsoka trailer, you can clearly hear what sounds like a male grunt, just as Ahsoka force pushes the Inquisitor back. So I'm going to say, just for that reason, it's likely not Barisoffi. Obviously, she's wearing a helmet, so there could be some voice modulation going on, but I prefer the version where she stepped on by the ATT, if I'm being honest. Alright, here we go. This next one's a bit out there. Some people are saying that this Inquisitor is Starkiller. Yes, Galen Marek Starkiller.
What?
Some recanonized version of that character. I'm not saying it's not Starkiller, but the chances of it being Starkiller I think are pretty slim. What reason would they have for bringing Starkiller back into the canon at this point? Starkiller is notoriously a character that George Lucas hated as well. He didn't like the character. He thought he was too much of a Mary Sue, too overpowered, and completely nerfed Darth Vader. Darth Vader is supposed to be one of the most powerful Sith Lords ever, right?
Yes.
They would even go to the extent of removing Starkiller merch and toys from rooms George was having meetings in because he didn't want to see the character.
Get out of this office right now.
I guess people are saying this could be Starkiller because the armor is somewhat reminiscent of the Sith Stalker armor you can use in the Force Unleashed games when Galen Marek goes full dark side and basically becomes a Jedi hunter.
No!
I guess Starkiller is also one of the characters that's powerful enough to have survived the Empire's era, which is another reason this could be Starkiller potentially. I really think this one's pretty loose though. There's clearly going to be some strange twist with this character. I'm not even convinced that whoever is under this armor is using the dark side or has been twisted by the dark side. I think it could be a red herring. I think they could be trying to throw us off the scent of who this actually is. What's interesting about this image as well is that the Inquisitor is clearly in the same location Ahsoka is in the trailer where she says the line "heir to the Empire." So she could potentially be talking to this Inquisitor character. Perhaps they're here together. They clearly meet multiple times or are potentially even working together. There is one more plausible theory as to who this character might be. Someone I think no one ever suspected. One of the Empire's unsung heroes. I think it's very possible that this new Inquisitor could be Rick the Door Technician. What? There is some way that Rick could have survived his encounter with Cal Kestis in the post-Order 66 era, and this encounter perhaps led him further towards the dark side. Perhaps he delved deeper, was given a new arm, was given Inquisitor armor, and somehow survived through the Empire's era, swearing to one day get revenge on the Jedi and Cal Kestis. If you think this theory is plausible, then you'll probably enjoy this video here with 100 ways to die in Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And also let me know who you think the Inquisitor is, and also come follow me on all my socials, and thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.